Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Claudia and I make self-improvement videos. Thank you for clicking on this video. I really appreciate your support. This video is about how you can make 2025 your best year yet. I'm making this video because I have been in a self-improvement journey for 5 years now without even knowing it. So I was like, okay, so why not make this type of videos? It's something that resonates with me and I've noticed that many people really appreciate it. So if you clicked on this video, that means that it resonates. And if you're interested in self-development content, then my channel is a good place to be. Reflecting back on last year and everything that came with last year, there have been ups and downs. There are things that I'm so grateful for. In fact, I am grateful for everything, because without the good and without the bad, I wouldn't be where I am now and I wouldn't know what I know now. So I believe so much in self-reflection and reflection on what has gone well and what has not gone well from the previous year. Based on that, you now know where you can build upon, what things you can improve, what things to change, and so on. My first tip is to stay in alignment with your true self. Don't do things for the plot. Let's leave that in 2024. Plot is used as an excuse to just mask very bad behaviors, very bad decisions, impulsive decisions that are disruptive and not in alignment with your long-term goals. Every action that you take, every decision that you make, from your routine to who you talk to where you decide to be, where you decide to be found, whatever you do, be intentional with it. Every little detail of your life is direct correlation with what you're destined to do and where you're destined to be. So if you're not intentional with what you do, you hang out with, what you spend your time doing, it's just a matter of time that you find yourself in a destination that you did not really want to be in. But then again, you can't blame anyone else because your actions have not been consistently building up to life that you've actually wanted. Be intentional with whatever you do. Start by setting up a routine, your nice routine. All these things need to be highly curated to fit with what you are aiming to achieve and the life you are trying to get for yourself. In my case, there are certain things that I know I have to do that help me to be in alignment with my ideal self. And those are very, very small things. It does not have to be the most extravagant, most dramatic thing. This is not the case. This is as simple as, okay, what type of food are you going to eat? Am I going to order? Am I going to make food? Am I going to eat more of vegetables and fruits because I want to be healthy? I want to take care of my body. For example, my room has to be in order before I leave. I can't come back to a messy environment because I feel like that is disrespectful to me and my time. I feel like putting in order my room is a form of self-care, because when I come back home from busy and committed day, at least I have a safe and comfortable environment that is actually welcoming. I showed on my previous video that you wouldn't want to be in a room that is messy when you come back from a exhausting day and you remember, oh, your house is turned upside down because you did not prepare beforehand. Take your time with things. For example, that is my own non-negotiables, because it makes me feel so at peace. Everything that grants you peace, everything that makes you feel calm, then that is what you need. Don't negotiate, don't stay in any situation that only makes you feel worse or disrupts your peace. People out here, you might be resenting certain people for making certain decisions and choosing a life that maybe you don't respect, but that is their own life. They do the things that they want to do with their life, and you do what you want to do with your life. You don't owe them anything and they don't owe you anything. If you start living only for yourself and not for the approval of others, the quality of your life will skyrocket in no time. Okay, this tip linking more relevant to people who are aspiring to be content creators, or they care about what their digital footprint is. And this might vary depending on what you do, profession, and what you want to do. Basically, if you're in a professional career or whatever, a specific profession, there's certain professions that requires you to have a clean social media, no drama, no controversy, no nothing of that nature, because that won't look good on the company and that won't look good on the organization. And if you know that this year you want to invest in that, you want to nurture your passion and you want to be the best, professional that you could be, take good care of your socials. If you're like a content creator, my own thing is like, when I post, I don't post as often on other platforms like Instagram or TikTok, but when I post like it's a diary. I want people to feel a certain emotion. Like, I am expressive in a sense, because I feel like many contents now are very like blank, very monotone. Instagram, I still look nice, but I also showcase my personality in a way. I'm not necessarily talking to a camera, but what I do, how I put it. I almost forgot. Talking about social media, I believe that if you're creating content, sometimes people tend to overshare. If you are someone who really values your privacy and you don't want that to be breached by any chance for whatever reason, be also very strategic and very curated with like what you put out there, like what you allow to be seen and what you don't. You never know who's watching. It's good and bad, because there's so many people that you might be literally their walking mood board, but you don't know. And there's so many people that might not like what you do and might be plotting. You never know. You never know who is watching. That's what I'm trying to say. So whenever you post, whenever you do whatever you're doing, just bear that in mind. To stop chasing perfectionism. Some people are great, like full of talent, full of so much potential, full of so many abilities, but the fear of being seen trying, the fear of being judged is literally holding you and I back from many things. The progress you will make trying will be more outstanding than the progress you think that you would make by procrastinating, trying to be perfect before even giving the whatever you want to do a solid chance, which is not really fair on yourself. And it's not fair because that is not in alignment with who you want to be. That causes so much delay. You are focused so much on what other people will say. Bear in mind that no one is as focused in what you're doing than you are. And if there's someone who's that invested, then that is their own problem. It means that you're doing something right. As a result, you should be proud of yourself. Everything that you seek will come to you. Opportunities don't literally have to come explicitly to you for you to realize, okay, this is time for you to take your chance. Sometimes you have to make that chance. Sometimes you have to put up a fight and grab it. Like, sometimes it is like that. Because if you will sit down and wait around till the perfect time comes, there will never be a perfect time. Perfection is unattainable. Perfection does not exist. And because of that, you can't expect that from yourself, expect that from others, and expect that from any situation. So you have to create your chances and take advantage of the opportunities that you can see. You should be able to see something, envision something greater. You should not limit things to just how they are in that moment. Everything can get better. Anything can be improved. You can learn more. You yourself can be 10 times better than you used to. But you can't do that if you don't give yourself the chance to try and fail. There is beauty in struggle, and there is beauty in getting out of your struggles and getting better after a challenging time. People will admire it, but you yourself will be really proud of what you have been able to achieve and how far you have moved forward. Owe that to yourself, to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. You would encourage your friends to go out and try their best and do it unprepared. You would encourage your friends to just face their fears. You should be the first person to push yourself forward, because you can't be here waiting for the next person to give you accountability or chase you around. You are your own parent, you are an adult, and you have responsibilities. Time will pass you by if you don't take your initiative now. And be anything that you want to be, as long as you put your mind and your energy to be that. If your actions can eventually equate to whatever that you're aiming for, then that's possible. Rejection is redirection. Don't take a no for a permanent answer. There is, be stubborn. Be stubborn this year. Be closed, but a greater door can open up for you. No can be slapped on your face. A lot of no's can be slapped on your face. There will be a yes, and you will be surprised when you will get that opportunity that you have been longing for so long. At the start of the video, I mentioned that you need to be in alignment. Your actions need to be in alignment with where you want to be. When you're socializing, when you're networking, when you're talking to people, when you're building friendships and relationships, you need to be highly intentional. You have to remember that you are the people that you hang out with, and the people who you hang out with will eventually influence you, whether you like it or not, whether you admit it or not. It will happen, and sometimes when it's happening, you might even not know. Make sure, are these people, do you guys share the same values? Are you guys heading towards the same thing? Do you have similar goals? You might not have the same goals, but there are certain things that make you aligned with each other. The cost of building the wrong relationships and friendships is very severe. It's very costly. Your time, your mental health, your everything will be affected by it. That you can't rely on the same people for everything. So you should have, like, it's not fair on you, it's not fair on them. Are people who are great with understanding your emotions, so they will understand how you feel and emotionally mature with. There are other people who might not be as good with emotions, but when it comes to their studies, they're excellent. There are people who might not be the best in their studies, but when it comes to building social skills or running a business, they are exceptional. Having a great work-life balance is really crucial. If you're around people who are not in the same journey, or they are not as serious or as invested as you are in making this year your best year, when you state that you can't be out or you can't do certain things, they might not really understand it, and it's not personal because they are not doing that's not where they are at that time. So I would say to not take it personally, or firm on your boundaries. If you're like, oh, I need to be there at this time, I need to do this at this time, I need to leave at this time, just tell them beforehand. And when it's time to go, even though they might be like, oh, stay for longer, just go. Time is precious. The more things you want to do, the more smart you have to be with your time, and efficient you have to be with planning. So you can't let fun or entertainment be factors that will distract you from. When you stand so rigidly on those boundaries, they won't expect anything of you within those certain hours, and they will respect your time a lot more. If someone is not able to respect your time, you having already voiced that this is what you can do, this is what you can't do, and so on, kind of distance yourself a bit, because you can't ease them and be aligned with your true self, and also meet with the goals that you have set out. Being no and having boundaries does not make you a bad person. The worst thing you can do is to people please so much at your own expense. It's just a matter of time that will just literally bite you, and you won't be happy, you won't be okay, you will be suffering because you prioritize someone else's validation or happiness over yours. So it's okay to say no. It is okay to disappoint people. You can't do everything, you can't be everything, and you can't be there for everyone and truly be there for yourself. If anyone says that you're selfish because you're all entitled or whatever for having your own firm boundaries, then that's the perfect sign to know that this person is not meant to be in your life. When that happens, be grateful that that person has showed you that they don't understand what you're onto. And I don't believe in taking things personally. I don't believe in enmity. I don't believe in arguments. I don't believe in none of that. I just believe that this is a sign that we are not aligned, and it's fine. Okay, you can proceed to do your thing and I'll do my own thing. For me, it's just a sign that there's a lack of alignment, and because of the lack of alignment, there has to be distance, there has to be separation. Step into the energy that you envision yourself to be in. You have to already have an idea of what your end goal is and what your end identity is, and as a result you have to step out as that. Consistent confidence, you can sense it from miles. If someone is insecure, you can sense it from miles, and it don't matter what they do, how they dress, what they say, their aura will literally communicate that. As a child, obviously growing up, there's so many things that get thrown at little girls, and as a young girl, it's easy to be gullible. I am still young, don't get me wrong, but I've learned a lot, because when I look at myself in the mirror, what goes through my head is like, God took his time to make me the way I am, and the way I am beautiful, and nothing can change that. I look at my face and I think about my parents' relationship, I think about my grandparents' relationships, and I just appreciate my face even more, because it makes me remember, oh, this face is a production of generations of people who have loved themselves, who cherished each other, and who have fought for each other. Because of that love, I cherish my my appearance even more. I am literally happy of what I see. I know I can be better, but I am extremely grateful where I am at. It's not always like that. It takes time to think in your head like, it takes time. But when you get there, trust you're not going to go back. And I would recommend to listen to people who are confident about themselves. Don't listen to anyone who is insecure about and unhappy about themselves. Don't be around people who put themselves down to put you up. It's just a matter of time before they will demonize you for liking yourself. Not your responsibility to sort out these type of issues. I listen to artists who are confident. I listen to artists who are happy with who they are. That an artist is not happy with where they are, who they are, what their life is, I won't listen to them at all. Like, I don't care. I won't listen to them, because I mentioned in my previous videos that obviously the songs that I put out, it affects your subconscious, because its vibration has its meaning, have inputs in our thoughts. The frequencies, all songs have frequencies, and all of these are really, really strong and highly impact our subconscious. So that is why I am very picky with what I listen to. Negotiables would be your physical and mental health. The energy you put into taking care of your physical health is precious, and the energy you put into taking care of your mental health is precious. Negativity is something that we will always be exposed to, but you have to build not an immunity, but basically an immunity to it. For my current state of mind, I don't know if it's good or bad, but it makes me not as affected by things. I can't expect myself from other people, and people will only meet you where they can meet themselves. People's decisions and actions are not personal. Even though they can be, I don't think they're personal. It just reflects on where they are at. I believe that it says more about them than it has to say with you. If someone treats you bad, is treating you bad, I believe that they're going through something. And I don't think that I won't hate them for it. I just think that they might be going through a tough time, but they have not yet reached the point at which to understand how to channel around the situation. I understand that many people also lack self-awareness, so sometimes what they do that you think would be common sense or simple to understand that these things are wrong, they might not understand it, or maybe they do, but if they still go out of the way to act like that towards you, that still says more about them. To give myself all the things that I think that others should give me, the time, the care, the love, and stuff like that. I try my best to give all of that to myself, because in the end of the day, you will spend most of your life with yourself. You will be your parents, your everything, before anyone else comes and joins or becomes part of your life. I believe that anyone who comes to my life, both relationship, friendship, or whatever, would not be my world. They would be an addition to what I have already. Make anyone else the focus of your world or the focus of everything that you have going on. I think that that's the way people end up being disappointed, because when they invest so much emotionally or mentally in a person, they get hurt 10 times worse of the person on an unrealistic pedestal, because that person is human. They won't meet your expectations all the time, and that is not fair on them, that is not fair on you. Have a nice, exciting life for yourself. Have things going on for yourself, and whoever comes along will be an addition. So don't put anyone on a pedestal. You should be on that pedestal. In fact, respectfully, you should be on that pedestal. Because your intuition will tell you, is this good? Is this in alignment? Is this meant to? Trust your intuition all the time. Trust your intuition. I cannot stress enough. Intuition will tell you if someone is genuine, if someone is lying, if the timing is correct, if the energy is off. Your intuition will do all of the things. And I am grateful for God for giving women this sixth sense and gift. If it wasn't for it, honestly, I don't know what would be happening. I believe that most cases where women are actually complaining about bad situations, it's because they did not listen to their intuition. I hate to say it, but when it reaches that point, I don't think that there's anyone to blame, because your sixth sense has already told you this should go, this shouldn't go. You were in every situation, listen to your intuition. One thing I love about the day and age, one thing I love about this world or this era of mine, or where we live, where we're at right now, is that You can do anything. You can monetize anything. Your thoughts, your experiences, your creativity. You can turn this around and build a legacy out of it. I'm not going to tell you what to do, how to do, because this is like very, very personal. Examine what are you good at? What do you like? What do you enjoy? What do people say that you're good at? What are your strengths in creativity? Trust me, 9 times out of 10, there will be something that you can turn around and leverage and use that to create more abundant lifestyle for yourself. I strongly believe in leaving a legacy. I don't believe that there's a point in living life if there is not something left behind that reminds people, or the ones you love at least, about you. Then okay, it might sound dramatic or whatever, but even wherever you are, I believe that you should leave a positive impact. It could be at work, it could be at school, it could be anything. The time you live should be in alignment. You never know who is looking up to you. You never know who you inspire. You never know who is watching. You might be someone's walking mood board, and you don't know if you are on someone's vision board. I'm literally so serious. Take pride in that. Bear that at the back of your head, that is very possible. Last year was a hell of a ride for me. I don't even know the word, but I've been highly impressed last year. An example of leaving a positive impact would be in my school, because I got the highest grades I could possibly get. The teachers were lovely, very kind, they loved me and I loved them. Like, they are wonderful. Surprised when I got an email and they called me for an award. They took photos of me, the photos that they took on posters and stuff like that. I see that as having left a legacy. Studying there were so many things that I have been actively part of in a positive change, if that makes sense. That is an example of a legacy to leave. And something warmed my heart a bit, because a friend of mine, he's still studying, but he was like, or that I'm setting standards for them. I'm leaving a legacy for the people who are younger than me, or like setting like a precedent. And when I was doing everything, I was not even thinking about what people would think. I just wanted to do the best I could possibly do and be the best I could possibly be. And the process of people actually realizing or seeing this and admiring it actually warmed my heart, because I was not anticipating that. I believe that wherever you go, just leave a certain mark of positivity or something that reminds the environment of you. So that is something that I wrote down, but obviously I did not memorize it by heart. I'm sorry guys, like anywho, so I believe that 2025 is all about achieving all the things that you have put your mind to, or that you have been able to envision, and to become someone that you respect and others respect. In the end of the day, people treat you based on how you treat yourself. So if you respect yourself, people will respect you. This year is all about radiating confidence, knowing your worth, and standing your ground, on being apologetically and authentic. I don't believe that this year is just only about leveling up, because if you go online, it's like level up. It's not just that. There's much more to it. People are going through this journey to heal their inner child. People are going through this because they want a better life for themselves. There are so many reasons why people decide to go through a leveling up journey. So I don't think it's just a leveling up. I believe there's like a spiritual meaning behind this type of journey. So, and I don't believe it actually ends. So that makes it more beautiful in my eyes. I believe that this year is not just about leveling up, but also growing as an individual, as a whole, building the life that you truly desire for yourself. I believe that 2025 is entirely yours, and you have to own the year, like make it your year. Be intentional and be graceful in your actions. Be unapologetic and be confident in what you do. Don't ever leave your intentions, like be always intentional in what you do.